All right, welcome to the Facebook LP course. I'm glad you made it to this video. This is Taylor at Marketers Guild, or Taylor the Marketer, whatever you want to call me. I give myself a million different names, so I understand if you're confused, but something I don't want you to be confused about is Facebook advertising. And we're basically going to get into the beginning of targeting a campaign. And it's really important, right? We went over the types of useful ads. We went over Facebook rules. And today we're really going to get into some of the meaty parts of what the heck's going on with Facebook advertising and the back end, and some ideas, right, that you might not have had. So if you're a beginner, great, this is going to be fantastic for you. If you are a more advanced person, you're definitely going to be able to add quite a bit of these ideas that I have to your arsenal of Facebook magic that you already have. So it's going to be a really, really cool thing. Let's get into it right away before I get too excited. And so targeting correctly really comes down to knowing how to use the specific features of the ad set targeting platform. Most people don't really know what to do with the different features, so I think it would be best for me if I just broke it down, a couple of key features that pretty much everyone should use at some point in their, Facebook ad strategy. In every ad strategy you think of, you will probably use each of these that I'm about to cover and go over. All right, so here's basically where you choose your targeting. This is after you've picked your ad objective, and it moves you on to the ad set phase where you basically start targeting. And this is where you'll come to when you actually start to choose the targeting. Up to this point, it doesn't really have to do too much with actual targeting. This is where it really starts getting down to the meat of it. And this is basically where you choose any custom audience that you've created before. And we're going to get more into that when we get into the retargeting side of it. But keep that in mind. This is where you choose your custom audiences that you've created, previously. Here, in this little orange box, is where you change the geolocation of, the people that you want to target. You can choose literally anywhere. And it's really, really good to do if you are shipping things and you want to only, have the United States in there, or say you only speak English and your products are only in English, so you can target only English-speaking countries. It's really, really pretty much any place that you ever want to target is in there. You can target even down to 10-mile radius of where you currently are. So it's really, really cool. You can use this really, really in depth. And I really do think you should do some experimentation with that. Right here is where you can segment the age, the gender, and the language if need be. So you can do specifically just English. You can do specifically just men or women. You can do specifically the ages of 18 through 25, or the ages of 22 through 50. Looking at previous data that you might have and then implementing it here, it's a really, really good idea no matter what you're doing. Even if you're an advanced user of Facebook, looking at the stats that you already know about your customers and implementing them here with the gender and the age specifically is really, really important. Now, here's really where it gets really, really interesting. This is where you can target by interests, spending behaviors, online and offline behaviors, and pretty much everything else. This also gives you the ability to narrow down and stack multiple behaviors for seriously pinpointed targeting. And what this basically does, you can basically go into that box where it says add demographics, interest, behaviors, and you type something in, whatever it is, or you can press the browse button and just look at it, manually, and you find things that your target customer would be interested in. And at that point, when you enter one, you can narrow it down even further and further and further, as many as you really want to, until you get someone that you basically know is just engulfed in your industry or engulfed in things that are similar to your product. Say you're selling a supplement of some sort, but there are also supplements like that in your industry already. So what you can do is you can target those specific competitors with your product and talk about how it's better than your competitors. You can do marketing like that. It's really, really amazing. There's so many different things you can do with it, and I really think you need to spend time experimenting with it, finding your own little secret sauce with it. And a quick tip, you kind of want to get this down to, I usually narrow it down by two different things. So I'll do maybe an interest, right? And then I press the narrow down button that pops up after you add either an interest or behavior in the beginning, and then I narrow it down with a behavior or a demographic of some sort. That's kind of something that I do when I'm targeting a broad audience like we're doing right now. All right, so moving on, that was a mouthful. We're going to be going into placements now, and this is basically where you choose where your ad is placed to show to people on Facebook. And this right here is by far one of the biggest lies of Facebook ads. And the automatic placements are the easiest way to basically just waste money, on the entire planet. If you ever wanted to, waste $500 easily, I would literally just go on Facebook and I would run an ad with automatic placements. I wouldn't even go to the mall and try to buy, dumb shit. I would honestly just go on Facebook and waste my money using automatic placements. And it says recommended. I don't know why it says recommended, but I almost feel like it's Facebook's way of taking advantage of newbies. So don't do that. Don't do recommended. Do this. This is where you should focus your energy. In the next few slides, we're going to be going over, the different placements that I use, and it's basically going to help you just place your ads correctly and pinpoint the exact place that you want your ads to show up. So please don't do automatic placements. Like I said, if you ever wanted to waste your money, the most efficient way to waste money is just to use automatic placements on Facebook ads. So this is how you pick your placements. This is what pops down when you click on edit placements in the green box. This right here is what pops up. And let's get into what feed ads are, right? I'm going to show you the exact ones. All of these different things, all the little check boxes and even the ones that aren't checked, all these little things right here are ways to reach people on Facebook. And the first one we're going to talk about is feed ads. This is basically an ad that shows up on the actual news feed of the people who are being served your ads. And this basically throws your ad in with all of the other organic content that they would normally be viewing on Facebook. The beauty of this is that you can basically make your ad seem like an organic post, which could definitely improve engagement and receptiveness. Feed ads are usually best executed with video ads, by the way. That is one of my little pro tips. I almost always start all of my testing with feed ads. Whenever I'm beginning an ad strategy, I usually do feed ads because it just puts it right in the way of people. And I usually do organic style ads anyway. I don't really do super polished, videos of any sort. I just kind of do very organic stuff. So feed ads work very well for me. Give those a try, experiment with those. Now let's get into instant articles. Instant articles, they're basically an ad that also sits within the newsfeed of people being delivered your ad as well. So this is basically served inside the newsfeed, but as an article. It kind of shows itself as an article. Look at the picture on the right side here, and you'll see that looks like a news article almost. And this is great because it basically seamlessly links to a sales page or pre-sales page or whatever you want, landing page, kind of integrating it into the actual newsfeed experience. And Facebook favors this over a lot of other linked ads, mainly because the person clicking on it really isn't ever leaving Facebook. They're just moving from one section of Facebook to kind of the browser section of Facebook, and it's really cool. So Facebook likes to favor these a lot because no one's really ever leaving when they click on that ad, which you can really use that to your advantage. Again, these work really well with videos. I've seen them work very well with videos, but if you're strict with just images, if you literally don't like getting in front of videos and you don't want to push yourself and you don't want to become a better person in general to create videos, then I guess probably image ads would do best with instant articles. That's just my personal opinion. The next one, suggested videos. And these work so great on me specifically. This is basically an ad that is delivered to people when they scroll down after watching a previous video. And pretty much whenever I view a video ad all the way through, it's inside of the suggested videos feed. And as you can see, this is when you click on a video full screen, right? It shows you this kind of black outline that really, really accentuates the video. And it's very effective because if you notice, the only thing you can really see in the video stream view is the video itself. The black background kind of makes a singular focus on the videos themselves, which makes this a very great place to put your video ads. Like I said, if I personally view a video ad all the way through, it's usually inside of this view here, which is served to me through suggested videos. Honestly, this is probably going to replace my favorite for feed ads when it comes to serving my video ads to people. All right, so let's move on to Instagram, because going hand in hand with Facebook is Instagram, obviously, because that is the same company pretty much. So what I do with Instagram is typically feed ads. The Instagram feed ads, this is basically an ad that is served inside the feed of people being delivered your ads. Just like, you know, the news feed ads on Facebook, it's basically the same thing and it appears as, you know, an organic post. So you want to make this more organic and focus on making these seem like it's an organic video in and of itself. Make it very contextual. Focusing on these ads after you have a usable retargeting audience, like we're going to be talking about later, will ensure that you're placing this in front of the right people and on multiple platforms. So if you're using a retargeting audience, Instagram feed ads and Instagram story ads, which we're going to get into in the next slide, are very, very powerful because it's moving you over to a different platform. Awesome stuff. So, story ads. This is an ad that is served to people inside of the stories view on Instagram because Instagram has stories now. So, this is the most important to keep contextual and organic to the platform. You will literally get zero engagement if you ignore the organic nature of stories. So, selfie videos, very, very organic videos in general. Don't make it seem like an advertisement. You really, really have to think, what would you make in your stories and kind of put that into your ads. I don't think this is a very useful thing, really, unless you're using a retargeting audience, like I said before. That's pretty much it for what I use for placements. Now let's talk about the budget and the scheduling and all of that stuff. This right here is where you're going to change the amount that you want to spend per day. And you can also change the time frame at which it gauges your spending. So you can change it from daily budget to, I think you can do weekly budget. You can do a whole bunch of different budgeting type things that will make it either more confusing or more useful for you depending on how you are with your Facebook ads. Here is where you're going to be able to schedule the ad to either stop or start on a specific time, or you can just let it run. I usually just let it run unless I'm doing a specific time-framed offer, like a webinar or something like that. Then I'll do an actual start and end date. But most of the time, people just run it continuously. And as you can see at the bottom, it actually tallies it up, and it says that you won't spend more than such and such per week, which I think is a very useful tool. So keep all of those things in mind. Start messing around with your daily budgets and see which ones work the best for you. At minimum, I think it only allows you to do 5, but it's up to your budget, really, to do that. Here you can change the optimization of the delivery itself. Sometimes I find it more beneficial to optimize an ad differently than how Facebook originates it. So sometimes, like in this instance, it says link clicks is what it's optimized for people to actually click on your link. Say my ad doesn't have a link. Say I'm boosting a post that has no link in it. And in that case, Facebook isn't going to be able to do link clicks, so I'll change it to something like daily organic reach or something like that, which is a very, very powerful thing. Changing your ads to daily organic reach basically means that they're going to be served it kind of first on their newsfeed. I noticed that when you do daily organic reach, one will always be served pretty much once to mostly everybody that your budget allows, and then it also will do it like first on their newsfeed when they pop up, so they don't get that swiping down addiction that you normally get once you're kind of used to Facebook for the day and you're just incessantly swiping down. What it does is it kind of puts it at the top, so before you start incessantly swiping, it shows up to the people that you're serving the ad to, and they'll actually see it right away, which is really cool. So this right here in the blue box is where you can bid for your ad, and you can actually manually bid, But that is more of, you know, an advanced tactic where if you do it wrong, you can lose some real money. Sometimes I do automatic, sometimes I do manual. It really just depends on what I'm doing. I haven't seen a crazy difference like a lot of people claim they do with manual bidding. I haven't really done all that much experimentation with it, but you can. I definitely would. You know, a lot of people say that manual is like literally what they live by. And I can see where they come from, because with Google AdWords, bidding is a huge deal. So why shouldn't it be a huge deal on Facebook? So definitely check out manual bidding. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube too that you can check out for that as well. Those are the basic parts of the ad set back end. And I'll basically show you how to create an ad step by step to pull all of that stuff together later. But in this course, we're going to go over something first. And we must learn how to do ad creative. That's what we're going to do in between here and setting the ad up step by step. Most people think that the technical work of an ad alone will bring them insane conversion rates, but that's really only half of it. The other half is ad creative itself, or the videos or images that you use inside of your ads to actually attract people. I'm going to show you how to use the exact creative strategies that I use in the next video. Go ahead and go over to the next one. That's going to be really interesting, because we're going to go over the actual video strategies and image strategies that I use. So I think that most people that are watching this at this point can really get some good information from that, especially if you're a beginner. But even if you're an advanced person, I would definitely check that out and add some of my ideas to your arsenal. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching this video in the Facebook Launchpad course. I'm Taylor the Marketer, and I'll see you in the next one.